ABC 36 News at Noon is brought to you by Trackside Restaurant and Bourbon Bar.
Hey folks, welcome back. The Asbury University Theater program has a rich and creative performance tradition. Students find opportunities to develop acting techniques for stage and screen, proficiency in directing, and in-demand stage production skills, always key.
And here to talk more on their upcoming production, Doubt, a Parable, is a theater professor, Catherine Gaffney, and senior Charity Johnson. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so tell us, what is Doubt about?
Yes, this production that we're opening tomorrow for a 2-week run is set in the Bronx, 1964, in a Catholic school and church. And the main character, the principal of the school, Sister Aloysius, has suspicions that a priest, Father Flynn, has an inappropriate relationship with one of the students, who is the very first student of color at the school.
Oh, wow.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a lot involved.
A lot of big themes colliding here in this. And this is no small feat. I know this was a major motion picture featuring a little-known actress named Meryl Streep, right? So no pressure, right?
Yeah.
So how challenging is that from a directing standpoint to not emulate it, but also to make it your own,
right? That's a great question. We've got a bunch of theater students taking on characters, doing the research, and ultimately as the director, I want to engage in the question, because the story is way bigger than the setting that I just set up. It kind of takes us all to going, wait, what if we suspect someone of wrongdoing? When do we jump to conclusions? When are we okay sitting with a measure of doubt?
Theater at its best when it challenges things like that.
Makes us question.
Wonderful.
Now, Charity, tell us about your role and what challenges have you had with your role?
Well, I'm blessed to play the role of Mrs. Miller, the mother of the child that Miss Gaffney was talking about. So, yes, one of the challenges has been for me is just playing a woman of color during this era, and that comes with its own challenges. So, navigating through that have definitely been exciting, but also challenging.
Well, you don't have to worry about wardrobe. You guys nailed that.
Oh, you really
look
did.
like you stepped right out of 1964 with the pillbox hat. It's perfect.
It is.
Our costume designer's great.
Very, very good stuff. Okay, so so how's Asbury using this as a platform to put out those bigger questions and the challenges, again, as theater does so well?
Yes, it brings up questions. So instead of having everybody walk away with those questions, we are actually engaging in a talkback on both Friday night performances, the 17th and the 24th, with an Asbury professor. We have an ethics professor, we have a Christian ministries professor, and then myself, the director, to go, hey, what is this bringing up? What do we want to talk about further?
Wow. And also, let's talk about the uniqueness of the set design for this, too. Give us the info on this,
as much as you can. It is incredible. Asbury has a great production design emphasis that's for the media side and the theater side, and then we can collaborate. So Chris Dietrich, our program director, has come up with a design that's actually in a cross shape, which is symbolic, but also brings the audience right into the sides of the courtyard of this school, so that you are immersed in the story and not just watching from the sides. You have to wrestle with these questions because you're in it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, how do we get folks out there? We got a lot of people very intrigued, I'm sure, as we are. We want seats. So how do we get tickets for this?
You can Google Asbury University Theater. You can go to our Instagram, which is Asbury Theater with an R-E at the end. It's very British. And so we have a link right in our bio there, or asbury.edu/theater/tickets.
Wow.
Wonderful. We're so looking forward to this. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for coming.
That's what you do for the community, too. It's not a community without art and theater, as far as I'm concerned.
That's right.
You guys are on the front lines of this.
Yay. Thank you.
Back in just a second, folks. You stick around now.